Hello and welcome to this easy and quick dragonfly watercolour painting. So here I am just creating the background with a few splatters. I'm using turquoise colour for the background and I've left it to dry. Once it's completely dry, then I'm starting on the first dragonfly, which is going to be in a red colour. Now this is a really simple way to do it. All I'm doing is dropping 4 dots of concentrated watercolour paint and then using a cleaner brush with some water on it. What I'm doing is dipping it into the concentrated paint and then just pulling it outwards, just giving us that really soft, loose feel to the painting. Here I am again doing it on the other side. It took a few paper turns to get this because I struggled to do both sets of wings just with my paper sitting in the same way. Now what I've done is using the same colour, red, I've got some concentrated paint on my paintbrush and now I'm just doing the detail, and this is as much detail as I wanted to do. And I'm trying to be really delicate here when I'm doing the antennae. Antennae? I think antennae. Okay, this is me starting on the next one. Just to keep it a bit interesting, I've changed the direction that the dragonfly is flying in. So here I'm going with my 4 concentrated dots. I think what I realised with the first one and the second one that I did, this one here, and you'll see it, is I didn't put enough concentrated paint. So you can see here that you can barely see it in the video when I'm dragging. But what I do is I carry on because I know that the paper's wet because this paintbrush has just got water on it. So what I would do is once I've finished the 4 wings, I can go back and drop a tiny bit of colour in just to make it look a bit more colourful. And here we are on the 3rd butterfly. So what I've done with this one is I've made it a lot smaller than the other 2, just to add a bit of interest, keep it interesting. So, and you'll see here, once again, have I learnt my lesson about putting enough paint down? Clearly not. And I think I will be able to show you exactly what I meant about dropping paint in. And it goes a little bit wild, which is why I've been so careful in the first place. I think I would rather have less paint and have to top it up than to go in gung-ho and have loads of paint and water on my brush. Again, this is me dropping in some more colour just because it was too light. And what I also did afterwards is wait until it dried fully. Then I went back and just put tiny little lines to just enhance the wings a little bit. But before it dries this time, what I'm doing is just filling in the head and the body and tail of the dragonfly. And I'm not worried. You can see on the right hand side there's a couple of dots there from the splatter that I put on this first, but I'm not bothered about that. I think it adds a bit of interest. And this is us now starting on the fourth and final dragonfly. Again, I kept this one quite small as well. And you can see finally by the last dragonfly, I've managed to get the correct amount of paint in those dots finally. I was really happy how these little dragonflies turned out. I had been watching a tutorial on flowers, easy flowers, just since I'm changing my style, and I came across this 4 dots for the flowers. So I thought I would try them on the wings of the dragonflies, and I think they've worked really well. And here we're going back to what I was saying about when when the dragonfly is dry, I've just gone back and put in a few little lines just to try and enhance it. The video's not really picking up in it very well, but it did turn out quite nice. This one's easier to see with the lines going in. Just that tiny little bit of detail makes all the difference. And then what I decided to do here was put some water down on the body of the dragonfly and just add a slightly darker blue just to create some contrast. So I did this with all the dragonflies. I just went back and put a wee bit of darker colour in just to keep it interesting and not too whimsical. And last but not least, and here's the end product. I'd love to hear what you think.